Okay, so it's been 2 weeks since I've left Temple Hospital. My name is Linwood Gresham. I'm 32, and I had a massive heart attack back on July 8th. Um, it's pretty crazy, but I woke up in the morning. It was about like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I felt weird. I felt very weird. I felt this pain, like I pulled a muscle in my back. And not only that, my head was I felt a little nauseous. And it was just me and my son, Liam. He's 2 years old. His mom, Jaquay, she was at work. And I got up, made Liam some cereal, and I just still wasn't feeling right. So I went to the fridge, I grabbed some cold water out of the refrigerator. I drank some of the cold water. And then I started to stretch because it felt like I had pulled a muscle kind of in my back and a little bit in my chest, a little bit. And yeah, I'm 32. Did I mention I'm 32? It's crazy, right? But I also weighed at the time 314 pounds. So right now I'm at 306, and I'm eating healthy. So trying my best to eat healthy and not messing around with any salt or anything unhealthy. Mainly fruits and vegetables, a little chicken, a little fish. Um, but let me get back to the story. So I'm like, Liam, Daddy doesn't feel well. I think we should go to the hospital. And normally I would be like, mix the hospital. I'm not going to the hospital or whatever the case. You know what I mean? And, I would just try to tough it out. But something deep inside told me, go to the hospital. So I said, Liam, come on, Daddy's not feeling well. Let's go to the hospital. We got dressed and all that. Got in the car. I drove to Temple University Hospital, and that's in Philadelphia, of course. It's near Broad, Ontario, Broad and Tioga, around that area. And I went into one door, and as I went into the one door, I'm like, I'm not feeling right. It's something wrong with my chest. Is there any way I can get to the emergency room? And they're like, yeah, well, you would have to go around the building or whatever and go into the emergency room. So I went into the emergency room, and as I went to the emergency room, I'm telling people, it's like I had a little pain in my chest or whatever. And they're like, okay, they took me in. And as they admitted me, I went through the certain procedures that you got to go through or whatever, EKG and stuff like that. And they were like, you're okay. So they admitted me to the back. I went to the emergency, and I had a room. And as I went into the room, it was just me and Liam, my 2-year-old. And we were chilling, we were playing, and everything seemed okay. I started feeling a little better. I didn't feel really too much muscle pulling at that time. It just felt like everything was coming back to normal. So Liam, Jaquay, my son's mom, she came, and she was there for a second, and she came back in the back with us, and then she went out for a second, I guess, outside to use the phone. And as she went outside to use the phone, I was with Liam playing around, and looking at my heart rate, not thinking nothing bad of it. You know what I mean? I don't really know anything about that stuff anyway. So I started running in place, playing with Liam, playing with my son or whatever, and I started to run in place. And as I started to run in place, my heart rate was going up. And as my heart rate went up, I started to feel weird again. And I started sweating. My arms started sweating. My face started sweating. I started feeling that weird nauseous feel. And then my jaws start feeling a little weird. So I went to the desk and I said to the doctors, I'm like, yo, I'm not feeling right. And I need you guys to come in here with me in the room. So they're like, yeah, just go ahead and lay down in the bed. And I went and laid down. I went into the room. I told them I couldn't lay down. I didn't feel right laying down. So I sat in a chair. And they were like, we can't get your EKG if you're sitting in the chair, sir. Just lay in the bed. Do it for your son. So I laid in the bed and, they connected me to the EKG. And they were like, sir, you're having a heart attack right now. Is there anyone that can come and pick up your son? Now, mind you, this was probably like 12:30. And I'm like, I'm having a heart attack. And they like, yeah, is there anyone that come get your son? And I'm like, yeah, his mom is right outside. Let me, call her. And they handed me a phone and said, call her. Called her. She came in. And they were like, all these doctors just came out of nowhere. And they're like, yo, you're having a heart attack. You know what I mean? We're going to rush him back to the OR. And they rushed me back to the OR. And while I was in the OR, they started doing a little surgery on me. And they put a tube in my arm. And it went, through my arm. And they managed to get it to my chest, up to my heart. And come to find out, my coronary artery, which is the main artery that flows blood to your heart, was 100% clogged by a blood clot. And I never had any health problems in my life. I've been a big guy my whole life, but I never had any health problems. This scared me instantly. I never had surgery in my life, anything like that. They were saying they were talking about putting a stent in, but they didn't put anything in because they managed to clear the whole clot out. And by the grace of God, here I am today, to tell my story. It's so crazy how, God can do things right when you need it. You know what I'm saying? Because what I had was it was called a widowmaker. And when I got another room in the hospital, they sent me upstairs after my little surgery situation. The doctor came up and told me that I had a massive heart attack. So it wasn't nothing light. It was a massive heart attack. I could have lost my life. I don't even know how I'm here today. Even the doctors say it's a miracle. But, God got the final say. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to let you guys know, what was going on and how it went down. And I'm here, and I'm alive. I'm here. I got my life, health, and strength. It's just amazing. I see my son every day. I see my lady every day, Jaquay. I'm just like, I'm so blessed. It's just crazy, man. And I'm thankful to God every day because every day that I live is a miracle, man. It's a miracle. And everyone tells me everywhere I go, yo, you had a massive heart attack, man. It's called the widowmaker, man. You could have been going just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a blessing to see people, to be able to talk, to be able to move my limbs. I got activity in my limbs. I'm not, nothing wrong with me. I get up, in the morning now. I run around the block. I walk around the block. I do 10 jumping jacks. No, I do 20 jumping jacks. I do like 10, 15 push-ups. Like, I'm just trying to get back, man. I know, I'm moving a little fast, but I'm just thankful, man, every day. So, here's my story, y'all. And I hope you guys, get something out of it, man. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. And believe in God, man. Peace.